What's going on, YouTube? It is Christian. I'm once again back here for some more reaction content. I got you guys with videos today. It is the weekend now. It's Saturday, which means I have some more free time to get things along. I'm working the business week from Monday to Friday, so I'm a little bit more locked in a time constrained schedule. You know, moving around and getting everything done. But now it's the weekend, so I have more time to put this stuff out, and we're going to get directly into this. What I have for you in this video, this is a video from a great Survivor channel called ItizChristion, who really, you know, takes the time and scours through a lot of different footage, puts their own twists on everything. I appreciate this guy's content. It's definitely a channel that I like to check out from time to time here, and this is going to be the pettiest moves in Survivor. You guys know, having watched my channel, I do Survivor recaps on here. I am a big time Survivor fan. I'd love to be on the show someday, but as of now, I am a fan. Like, I'm sure anybody watching this will be as well. So yeah, without any further ado, let's get into the pettiest moves in Survivor history. Here we go, guys. Let's get it.
Come on in. Welcome to ItizChristion, where we talk all things Survivor. My name is Luke, and today we're talking about the pettiest moves in Survivor history.
Sandra throwing Russell's hat.
It's what separates us from the animals, with little strategic value and sometimes even detrimental to one's own game. Petty moves, if you can even call them moves, are almost always both fun and interesting to watch on Survivor. You're in a high-stakes game for $1 million, and you've decided to bury this man's expensive shoes because you don't like him? Okay. But at the end of the day, what's more human than the intense desire to spite someone else in the most trivial way possible? Affection, fear, anger.
By the way, guys, along this journey, I'll get to react to more stuff because I haven't seen every single season of Survivor. I know that makes me not call myself a Survivor fanatic, but I am a big-time Survivor fan. I've seen, out of the 48 that there have been, I would say that I've seen about 38, maybe 39. I think I'm missing about 9 or 10 full seasons watching through. That doesn't mean I don't know the majority of what happened in a season, for example, but I haven't watched them all the way through.
Happiness, animals can feel those. But pettiness? That one's just for us. So today, I thought it would be fun to go through some of the best and most iconic petty moves in Survivor history. From camp destructions, to needlessly cruel tricks, to hinky votes against one's enemies. These were moves made simply out of spite against another player or players. For this video, I won't be including petty final tribal council votes because I've already covered that topic in the past, so the ever-bizarre Brenda Defense Force can save their comments for another day. How petty can Survivor get? Well, let's find out as we dig into the pettiest Survivor moves of all time. At number 5 is Romeo voting for Hai in Survivor 42.
Okay.
Though Hai and Romeo initially bonded at the merge over both being gay men, their relationship quickly deteriorated faster than Romeo's post-merge game, and soon Romeo was ready to say goodbye to Hai. And just about every other round in the game afterwards, Romeo didn't really have a clue what was going on, so he just decides to throw a hinky vote onto Hai just for funsies. He literally says in his voting confessional that he just wants to see Hai squirm. And squirm, Hai does. Hai's furious about this later that night and goes on a Lex-style witch hunt to find the rogue voter. To make this even funnier, in Chanel's exit press, she said that part of the reason Hai was so mad about this is because he really wanted to have a perfect game, and Romeo's hinky vote prevented that. Which, if true, I'll be charitable and say that Hai has an inflated sense of his own gameplay.
Not only that, like, yeah, he wasn't great enough to be a perfect game player, but I feel like in general a lot of Survivor contestants get caught up in their idea of how they want to play and don't just let the game just flow as it's gonna flow. I can want to go out there and want to be Tony Vlachos. I can want to go out there and want to be Sandra Diaz Twine, and I can want to go out there and be Parvati. You know what I mean? But each season is its own standalone item. It's not replicating the seasons before. So to go out there and want to hit all these checklists, it's one thing to say, hey, I want to find an idol, hey, I want to form an alliance. Those are easy enough to do, but to say I want to play a perfect game, that's a little bit far-fetched, and perfect comes in hindsight anyway. You're not going to, in order to play a perfect game, you can't go in thinking you're going to play a perfect game anyway, because that's going to lead to overthinking, which in turn will be an error. So yeah, that's just such a ridiculous way to play the game of Survivor.
Mavati and had to have a Rube Goldberg-esque series of events take place just to save him from a pre-merge exit. More importantly, Romeo's misspelling just adds insult to injury. It's next level petty to be so petty that you're accidentally petty. At number 4 is, well, I'm just going to speedrun a whole bunch of players who intentionally sabotaged camp. Let's start with Sandra throwing out the fish in Survivor Pearl Islands after Rupert was voted out. Rupert was her closest ally and was blindsided by Fairplay and Burton, and right after the vote, Sandra made a beeline to camp to toss out all the fish Rupert had caught as petty punishment for the blindsiders, only for this to go the most Sandra way possible and for her to trip in the dark and spill all the fish everywhere. Somehow, Krista ends up
Sandra
catching
still
the blame
won
for this, and Sandra sits idly by while her only remaining ally takes all the heat. God, I love Sandra. There's also Jane.
And personally, I am of the camp that believes that Parvati should have won Heroes versus Villains, but of course Sandra was a rightful winner as well. I feel like it could have gone either way. But in saying that, I want to say that Pearl Islands was Sandra's better game. Like, Sandra, to me, dominated that season. There was nobody really that ever had a real chance, other than maybe Fairplay, but his own ego got in his own way a lot of times. I did that for Fairplay, but he's kind of a strange guy, although I really did enjoy him on Pearl Islands because he made a lot of wrestling references, and I'm a big wrestling fan, even a pro wrestler myself. So, yeah, I enjoy that.
Putting out the fire in Survivor Nicaragua. In Nicaragua, Jane was tightly aligned with Chase until the endgame, when de facto target Fabio won immunity, leaving Chase in a bind as the camp tide turned against Jane. Of course, the best and pettiest camp sabotage of all time is Jatia throwing the rice in the fire when she thought she was going home second in Survivor Cagayan.
And she didn't even go home that night.
Camp and challenge liability, her elimination such a foregone conclusion that the rest of the tribe just heads down to the beach without her before tribal council, leaving her alone at camp with just herself, her thoughts, the rice, and the fire. What did they expect?
But thank God
Jatia decides that if they're voting her out, they're doing it hungry.
Spencer.
So she dumps the camp's entire rice supply in the fire, and yet she incredibly still somehow survives this vote.
Garrett ends up
in every instance here, players thought they were going home or had a crucial vote not go their way, and instead of saying GG's, they decided to throw a temper tantrum instead. Look, it's one thing to lose at a game and be mad about it, but it's beyond petty to do the Survivor equivalent of flipping the Monopoly board when all the other players keep passing go.
Yep.
At number 3 is Angelina convincing Allison to play a fake idol in Survivor David vs. Goliath. No list of petty gameplay would be complete without Angelina. You could honestly fill this entire list with moments from Angelina, but I think her late game attempt to embarrass Allison out of a personal dislike for her is her pettiest. After climbing at least 3 miles in the air and scaling a sheer cliff face on a ladder to get an idol, Angelina has the idea to lead Allison.
She was annoying in the season, but in retrospect, I like her for how chaotic she was. She was really, and her self and inflated, her inflated sense of self, as far as like how she saw herself in the game and the feats that she attributed to herself, and also constantly reminding people that she sacrificed her spot in the immunity to give the tribe rice. You know, she is just a character, man. You got to bring Angelina back at some point.
Into a fake idol and convince her to play it. Why? Because it would be funny. Now that's my kind of gameplay. Fake idols have been used before and they've been used since. And though playing one is often embarrassing, it's not generally done with the sole intent to embarrass. Hell yeah. I love Mike White's reaction to all of this. He has spent 37 days straight with Angelina at this point, and he could not be more over her shit.
Diary of a mad freaking castaway.
Angelina leads Allison to the idol. Fake cries when she finds it, and she can barely contain her smile when Allison plays the fake, only to one-up her right after with her own legit idol play.
That is,
more salt in the
she
wound
really is a
than
psychopath,
in
yo.
Terrifier 2.
That's crazy.
You know. In a season of petty Angelina moves, this one is the pettiest. In hindsight, Natalie not giving Angelina her jacket.
Can you give me my jacket? Can you give me your jacket? She's hilarious.
At number 2 is Holly burying Dan's shoes in Survivor Nicaragua. Recent Survivor seasons have had some good early game meltdowns, but not even Banu and Andy can top Holly's day 4 and 5 breakdown. She finished real strong, but Holly had a rough start. After her only ally Wendy Jo went home first, Holly was next on the chopping block, and everyone knew it. As revenge, Holly steals Dan's $1,600 alligator skin shoes, fills them with sand, and sets them adrift, destroying them. No, Holly, no! Those are his magical shoes which prevent him from shrinking down to the size of a small child. People have hidden or destroyed clothes before in this game, but rarely has it been motivated by such a petty grievance. Shoes was purely out of petty spite for his mean comment. And though she eventually came clean to the tribe, I'm not sure it had the effect she was hoping for.
I'm gonna keep one eye on her and one eye on my shoes.
The pettiest move in Survivor history is a Sugar not giving Randy the cookie in Survivor Gabon. There's the idol trick on Randy, and there's the ace hole vote. But when it comes to petty moves by Sugar, the cookie drama takes the cake. Cookie. During the Gabon auction, Randy buys a covered item, which turns out to be a bunch of giant chocolate chip cookies for the tribe. Only in Gabon could a simple auction item where everyone gets a cookie turn into a full-blown camp drama, which lasts days. Randy first offers Sugar a cookie, who declines because she hates Randy. So Randy goes down the line doling out cookies and offers Sugar's cookie to Corinne, who takes half, and then Maddie takes the other half. Okay, we're gonna pause for the cookie count here, because it's important. That's 1 cookie apiece for Susie, Kenny, and Crystal, 1.5 each for Maddie and Corinne, and 1 cookie remaining. Randy offers the last cookie, his own, to Sugar again, who takes it and gives it to Maddie, leaving Randy, who started this thing with 6 cookies, with 0 cookies. It's like taking candy from a baby, except in this case, the baby is 49 years old. Honestly, iconic behavior from Sugar. She and Randy despise one another, and per her own words, she only took the cookie from Randy because she knew he didn't even want to give her one. This drama extends not only back to camp, where Randy's still mad about the cookies, but to that round's tribal council, where he's still going on about the cookies. It's impressive. Sugar denying the cookie initially out of a personal dislike for Randy is itself petty enough to make it to the
I love the whole dynamic of you know, him thinking that he was smarter than Sugar Randy, and that he just like constantly came up short, like he was the wily coyote trying to chase the roadrunner, or Tom trying to catch Jerry, you know what I mean? Like the joke was always ended up being on Randy, and you know, he thought he was such a smart guy.
List, but to take the last cookie when offered and then give it away, leaving Randy with no cookies for himself, ascends this to a level of pettiness few have ever reached.
Alright guys, so that's going to do it for this video of the pettiest moves in Survivor history by Auto Doubt. I enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun with it. I do love those petty moments as well. I love some of the characters that we highlighted here. Sugar, of course. Angeline, of course. You know, Sandra, of course. Yeah. Just great moments overall. And yeah, Jatia's was such a blender. Wow. The fact that she survived over Garrett is just nuts to this day. If you guys enjoyed my reaction to this video, if you guys want to see more of my Survivor recaps, more Survivor reaction stuff, of course leave a like on this video and click the subscribe button with the bell next to it so you're getting updated every single time that I upload. And leave a comment down below, you know, keep interacting with me. Let me know your opinions on things. Let me know criticism of this video, of my other videos, whatever the case may be. And I will see you guys in the next video. Have a great day. Bye-bye.